Alright, what's going on, folks? So, just here with a couple pickups, and just an update on the Nintendo Force Magazine Kickstarter. So, let's start off with some NES pickups here. Alright, first one I got is one of the Wizardry RPGs, and that's Wizardry Knights of Diamonds, the second scenario, a game of fantasy and adventure. Pretty nice cover. I like the artwork on some of these. There's a little lip in the plastic there, but that's fine. You can still read it. This is one of those games where I wonder if there comes a time in my life when I will go back and play some of these type of RPGs like the Wizardries. By that I mean, I guess the category is more text-based adventure where you're walking through corridors. I never was too big on the corridors type of adventures. I know a lot of people were. One thing I do like about it is the mapping. That's probably the funnest thing to be about it. When you go into the maps, you just kind of making a map on a grid of the games, and I always thought that was interesting. That's something I enjoyed doing for Faria when I played that, but that's a little different type of game than Wizardry. But yeah, you can still pick this game up for around $10 or so. It's uncommon. It's not an expensive title, but it is uncommon. Speaking of another uncommon game, being a sports game, you'd think you'd see this a whole lot more, but you really don't. And that's the original NES Soccer. This game can get upwards of $8, $10 even. And that is one of the 5 pins there. It's an interesting soccer game, not one of the best. It's very easy, and it's just not really set up that well. I think the first time I played it my first attempt, I was scoring goals. I think my first game I won, they didn't score any goals on me. Every time I tried to score, I scored. So I don't really like how this game's set up, but it's one of the 5 pins, so picked it up. Alright, I did get this one the other day, but I had it in the machine, and that's Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. So let's see here. So this is by Halico. Then there's the 2 other Indiana Jones we know of, and then there's a Ubisoft version of the Raiders of the Lost Ark, I believe. I don't even know which ones I have here, but yeah. So that's pretty neat. And I always got this game confused with another game, and I forget what it is right now, but there was this game and I forget what it was, but there's another game I always got this confused with. Oh, James Bond, I think. I don't know, James Bond Jr. maybe it was. I don't know, but either way, this game is decent. It's not bad. It's a decently made game. It's kind of fun platforming. I really don't have anything bad to say about this game. And it goes for around $20. Now here's a game that I got that I don't know why I haven't had this game sooner. And to be quite honest, I don't think I've ever seen this game for sale. This is just coincidentally never seen this game for sale. And that's Captain Planet and the Planeteers. So I finally decided to just buy it. Buy it straight out. I think I paid $6 or $7 for it. I turned it on for a few minutes, really didn't know what I was playing, didn't like it very much, so this is just one of those games that'll go on the shelf, and one day I'll just pull it out and play it. So alright, and here's one Super Nintendo game. This is my second copy of Sunset Riders. I'm buying a few copies of Sunset Riders just to hold on to. You can still pick them up in the $40 price range. I'm betting this game gets up to, the $70, $80, maybe even $90 price range sometime this year. This game was at $15 in 2010 and 11, then it jumped up to about $40 by the end of 2012, all through 2013, and recently I've seen it get upwards of 50-ish. I think the most I paid for one was 51 something, but Nintendo video game price chart says it's at 55 right now, but I do see it go still in for the 40s. Now, one reason why you see a lot of this game, okay, it's right at 50 bucks. Pocky and Rocky's right at about $50 also. But if you wanted to go online and buy a copy of Pocky Rocky, there's a whole lot less of them than there are of this. And because people have already gone and secured Pocky and Rocky. So when Pocky and Rocky used to sell for 20 bucks, once it got up to 40 and 50, everybody started buying it up. You know, people who wanted to make, people who already paid 15 bucks said, okay, well, I want to sell it for 50. Well, then the people willing to buy it for 50 now want to sell it for 70 or 80. So it's hard to touch. But Sunset Riders, I think the same scenario is going on right now. You got all the people who might have had this either all their life or bought it, you know, before the 2011 price increase for 15, 20 bucks. They see it selling now for $40 to $50 and they want to sell it. So right now you do have a fluctuation of this game in the market from the original $15 to $50 buyers who want to sell it. So now is the time to pick this up, because once everybody who wants to sell it for 50 bucks, you know, sells theirs, there's going to be a whole lot less of them out there, and I think this is going to just bottom out soon. So pick up Sunset Riders if you're looking for a game to invest in. I don't mind saying that. There are plenty to bid on eBay. There's always at least, you know, 6 or 8 of them up there to throw bids on right now. So if you're looking for, you know, a quick couple-year investment, buy a couple of these. You can't go wrong. All right, and last but not least, I picked up a 3DS game. I got this for pretty cheap for what it has with it. So it is Cave Story 3D, and it does have the sleeve with it. Now, I paid as much for this as you see the game going for, but I have seen this set with the sleeve go for 60 to 90 plus. Just this kind of, I forgot the word for the sleeves, but just this type of sleeve here. It's rare. I guess everybody threw theirs away or whatever. But apparently the sleeve's pretty rare itself. And I got that, you know, with the game and the manual in there. I picked this up because I was just surprised to see how rare it was and how valuable it was already for the 3DS collection. And I really was, you know, when I have a collection, the more higher end rare games I have in there, the more the collection kind of stands out to me. So I did definitely pick this up, and I am looking at the Rune Factory 4. I would like to get a copy of that if I can find one for fairly cheap. Put that in the collection. So yeah, that's it for now. So like I said, Nintendo Force Kickstarter, off to a great start. It's only been 2 or 3 days, and they're well over half what they need. I was able to secure what I thought was a really good Kickstarter bonus. There's 3 tiers. Hold on a second here. Alrighty. There were 3 tiers that offered pretty neat bonuses. The first one was an artist tier where Thor, I think his last name's Torvesen, the artist for the magazine, would draw a video game character of your choosing. There's 10 slots of that available at the $75 level. Plus you got your year 2 subscriptions in digital and print. That's 30 bucks alone. So the other one was 80 bucks or 75 bucks or 80, and you could write a letter to one of the editors, and there were 6 available for that, and you get to write one of the letters that'll appear in the magazine. And then the third and final option, one I chose, was there was 5 slots available for a guest host on Nintendo World Report Connectivity podcast or whatever. I thought that sounded pretty fun. I would love to get up and just somewhere and talk about Nintendo. I know everything about Nintendo pretty much, so I'm already up to date. So I think I'd be a good guest host on there. So I said, what the heck, let's do it. So I'm really looking forward to that. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll talk to you soon, and take care. Peace.